movie fan, anyways. So, so I'm just gonna score it. I would say they gave Hocus Pocus. The critics gave Hocus Pocus 74, and the audience gave it an 85.
74-85. Melbo, what do you remember?
I'm going to agree with Vampy that I'm a diehard fan of the original. I was not a fan of the sequel. I think they should have left it alone. I think it looked. I feel like they try to modernize it too much. If anybody knows what I mean, like I just felt like it lost its creepy essence. Because even as like a kid movie, it still had that creepy essence, and I think it steered more to a musical. But it was cute. Like it was nice that for the old school fans that they brought it back. But I think that for the old school fans, again, it was a disappointment being like a fan of the original. With that being said, I'm gonna put a 69 across the board.
Unfortunately, I don't have a 69 tattoo.
I'm gonna play that now. I have some more names and throw it on my hand.
But I can still press the horn.
There you go.
All right, Jamie, what do you remember?
I remember there was a lot of singing, which I loved because I love musicals. So uh, all the singing, the witches are back. Like that was great. I mean, who doesn't love the Sanderson sisters? I did not like it as much as the first one, but I did enjoy it. I mean, it was like that nostalgia. Just, but I don't think it did very good. I'm gonna say. Mm, 72 for the critics and 64 for the audience.
72 and a 64. Ooh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Woo! The critics gave this movie a 65%. The audience gave this movie a 47%. You guys were all right. Nobody liked it. But Jamie gets the point. Jamie, welcome to the board, and you get to pick the next movie.
Um, I'm gonna go with my favorite, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
Nightmare
Yes.
on Elm Street. All right, so why is that your favorite?
It was probably one of the first scariest movies that I watched that I actually it scared me as a child. So I don't know. I'm always drawn to that. I like to be scared. So
You're just drawn to death.
yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. I like the whole being able to fight your way out of a dream. So
I love that. I love that.
yeah.
All right. What do you
And
got for me?
I think that the critics actually liked this. I'm going to go with an 84 and I'm going to give the audience 70.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember from? I believe this is Johnny Depp's first movie ever, isn't it?
It
Yes.
is. It is. Yes. So I love the whole thing with Freddie going to their dreams and stuff like that. Kind of give you a feel of sleep paralysis in a way, but inside a movie where you can't really escape from it unless you find a way to wake up out of it. But one of my favorite scenes from Nightmare on Elm Street is sadly the where the bed pulls Johnny Depp in the and from like the bottom. But the fun thing about that scene though, they did flip their there's some mainly they flipped the whole room to make that effect, which is pretty freaking awesome because I watched like a lot of videos of how the movies are made, and that was pretty awesome to find that out how they switched the room around for a scene, and also too like Nancy, like she's like pulling Freddie hat out of her dreams and stuff like that. It's like so it was crazy, and her parents like thought she was going nuts. But I'm gonna say the critics gave this. movie a 79, and the audience gave it an 86.
All right. And Mel, bring us home. What do you remember?
I mean, it's one of my favorite horror icons, and um, I'm still a Robert Englund fan. He just got his star, by the way, finally,
On
much deserved.
Halloween. Yep.
Yes, he got his Star Hall of Fame, much well deserved. I've met the man twice. Still
Mhm.
amazing. That being said, my dad was the coolest dad. I was 6 or 7 when I got to see that movie, and as terrifying as it
What
was,
about that does it make your dad cool?
because he let us watch all the cool scary movies. That being said, my favorite scene, believe it or not, that I'm embarrassed to admit now that I would set up in the house was the iconic booby trap scene at the end where she catches him.
Yes.
And then knowing my brother and like doing that scene, like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, but anyways, I'm gonna say that the critics gave that a 95, and I'm gonna get close to the age I was born and say, to draw it kind of even, say 85 for the audience.
Welcome to my world. Freaking love Freddy Krueger. I have like the whole collection too.
Me
The
too.
critics gave this movie a 94%. The critics gave it an 84%. Melbo with the point.
Woo! Okay,
Welcome to the
so
board.
thank
But
you.
before you
Chantel.
pick your movie, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cinema Score, a show where we talk about movies. And as you know, I'm your host, your boy, and we talk about movies to figure out what these critics and audience scored these movies on a scale of 0 to 100. But stick around in the next 30 minutes. We're going to get to our rapid fire round. We're going to stop talking about. We're going to keep scoring them. If you'd like to be on the show, hit up my wonderful admins. We got Emoji, Jay, and Vampy.
Nailed it.
Break it down for us.
I am gonna probably throw an obvious one that still is surprisingly does not go old, and yet they're coming out with another sequel, and I'm gonna say the original Scream. Um, that is where my toxicness of men
And one wake up call.
showed. They had all the eye candy, including the wrong serial killer. And no, but it was such a great movie. I loved it. It's one of those cheesy, like thriller, like horror movies that just doesn't get old, right? Like we hate that we love it. And then probably like the whole like maybe at the end when you see the pig's blood and like just just the stancing of what's your favorite scary movie, and the gore. I think it was one of the movies that I tolerated as much gore with the intestines and her hanging from the tree, and it was just crazy. I don't know if anybody was in the era where they had the machine that talked like that, and that was so creepy to me. And so yeah, but that I'm gonna say that the critics gave it um I'm gonna say 80 across.
All right, Jamie, what do you remember?
Just the iconic line, the what's your favorite scary movie? Like it's everywhere now. And of course the mask. I mean, I love that mask.
Me
Yeah.
too.
But I don't know. That's one I haven't watched this year, which is crazy. I watched all the newer ones. I watched the newer ones because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, gotta, see what this is all about. Um, but I'm gonna say that the critics gave it a 77 and the audience gave it an 85.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember?
Uh, Drew Barrymore in the opening scene of the scary for the Scream franchise is pretty iconic. Apparently, Apparently, she screamed so loud that someone actually called the actual police to the scene when they were shooting the movie. Which that must be really good for them to call the police out during
You know,
the
Wes Craven's like, yes,
filming.
yes.
But I also love the fact that Scream had the most what do you call that? Like, you know, you can tell they get references for different movies. Like throughout, you can see that they reference so many movies, like the whole Scream
Yeah, they
calling the house.
highlighted so many. Yeah, they highlighted so many classics.
Yes, which is I do love. I can like name like a lot of them. That's a crazy part because I've seen it so many times. But I love with the whole Scream
It
calling.
really is at the end of the day. At the end of the day, just a homage to classic horror movies.
It is. It really is, and it's pretty freaking amazing how Wes Craven put all that together in, including his Easter eggs with Freddy Krueger in there as well, which is pretty awesome. But I'm gonna say that the critics gave this movie a 86, and the audience gave it like a 92.
Somebody really likes this movie.
I do.
I do.
I'm certainly married to Ghostface. No, I'm just kidding.
He's everyone's lover.
The critics gave this movie a 66. The audience gave it an 82. Jamie with the point.
Okay. Well, that's shocking.
Melbell, both times she's gotten a point. She's stolen it from me by 2 points exactly, both times.
I've noticed this. But you know, this is a good. Let me just say really fast. Make sure you favor the amazing your boy and these two ladies. I know we have time for that later, but this was honestly like a good episode to be on because both these ladies are fellow horror fans. So I'm here for this.
Yes, a little horror.
All right, what do you got for us, Jamie? What are you thinking?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
Okay.
Like 70s original or 2000s original?
Like the
70s.
2003 with like
Okay.
Oh.
Which one?
No, the original, the 70s original.
Okay. I mean, I've seen it once.
I just remember
All
it's
right.
probably
Why are we going with old Leatherface?
it's a classic. I why not? It's the first one that came to my brain whenever you're like, Jamie won. I'm like, oh crap.
All right, so what's your favorite scene?
Oh, my favorite scene. Honestly, this is the only one that I actually liked. All the blood and nastiness. It's the only one that I could actually deal with because it was so just in your face and realistic. Not like these new movies. I can't.
Well, am I mistaken? But I'm pretty sure they used pig blood in that movie.
Yeah,
They used real pig's blood. Yeah,
They used real blood.
they used real pig's blood for that movie. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to say that the critics gave this a 92 and the audience gave it an 88.
Did you say 88?
Yep.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember?
Oh, what I remember from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm pretty sure y'all should know this by now, but it's basically based off of Ed Gein, the guy who literally dug graves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And turned himself into a lady. And which was pretty interesting after y'all seriously got to watch the series too as well. Just saying. A lot of movies is inspired by Ed Gein, by the way. So that's pretty awesome to find out. But I also love the ending scene where the whole chainsaw just run in a circle. So iconic. I like it at the end where they I'm probably thinking about the remake one, but I think they feel like all the same. But I love the whole chainsaw thing happening and how it was like all in your face, stuff like that pretty much too as well. I hadn't seen 1971 in a long time, so
Yeah, you just dropped like an absolute boatload of knowledge. I haven't seen it in a while, but here's everything I know about it.
I have seen it. I've seen them mostly the remakes, but I'm gonna say the critics gave this one a I'm gonna say a 69, and the audience gave it a 74.
All right, Mel, bring us home. What do you remember?
I'm more of a fan of the Jessica Biel one as well.
Yeah.
However, I did see this one. I will say that it wasn't for the faint of heart. The whole like the hook thing. Someone that loved being in the country was really creepy for that effect. The fact that they used real pig's blood and just being someone that was like, like I love Halloween stuff, but it scares me and like just being like grossed out by that. And then honestly, the iconic like scene where like they sit her with the dead family at the dinner table. And I remember having like nightmares of that and just being like, oh my God. I would just like, and I just remember like that being I don't think it was as popular back in the day. It was one of those times I think like along with like hopefully we get to pick another movie. It'll remind me of that one. But so I'm gonna say 55 for the critics and I'm gonna say 65 for the audience.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. First of all, imagine being the actor, like getting signed for that movie, and then the director's like, "All right, Sally, here's the deal. Instead of using water and red food dye, we actually had a farmer who just had to slaughter like 37 pigs, and we got real pig blood. So we're just gonna go ahead and just yeet that on you if you don't mind. I kind of mind." The critics gave the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 92. The audience gave it a 79. On a roll right now is Jamie.
Okay, well, let's go. Oh my gosh.
You can always defer. If you'd like to defer, you can always defer.
Actually, one I just watched the other day. Final Destination.
Every millennial's most irrational fear in the world. That movie.
It is. The log trucks.
Log trucks forever. Never will I drive
Never,
behind
ever
a
drive
log truck
behind one.
because of
Never.
that movie.
I will
All
literally.
right, what do you
Well,
remember from Final Destination?
Well, that's the second one. The first one is the one with the plane.
Yeah, the first one with the plane. Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah, the
still,
second one.
same series, same
Yeah, I was
irrational
just
fear.
asking just to confirm which one we're rating.
I flew on
Okay.
way too many planes as a kid to be afraid of the first one. I was like, none of this would actually happen. There's way too many protocols.
Sir,
Alright.
we
The
just
log
gave
truck.
that-
The log truck is just so
Yeah,
much
what
more
year it is.
believable.
You forgot what year it is.
Movie came out in 2000. All right,
Yeah,
sorry
right.
for interrupting. Sorry for just stepping on your toes there, Jamie.
No, you're fine. I mean, that's probably why I did have an irrational fear of flying. Now I love it. There's the whole whenever he's setting up the cabin to try to not get attacked by death, and the fishing pole, like the whole thing, it was enough to keep me on the edge of my seat for the entire portion of that movie. Just that whole scene, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So that's probably my favorite part. But I'm gonna say that the critics gave that a 72 and audience gave it an 85.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember?
Yeah, this is why I'm also scared of planes too, because of the first Final Destination. Also, yeah, him setting up the traps, trying to escape death, but Death said himself that you can't really escape death, especially when you're trying to fix it and make sure that it skipped the other person and somehow it stuck right around, which is kind of scary to think about. Um, and then find out the whole time, like in the beginning, whenever he seen the plane, it was like pretty much like I won't say a daydream. I guess it was a daydream or sleeping. It was kind of like something
It's
similar.
called the premonition.
Premonition. Yes, thank you. I can't think of the word, but he had a premonition of the
Thank
whole
you,
thing,
Pika.
which I feel like that could actually happen because I might have that once.
Oh,
Experience
you
working
have
on
the
it.
gift of the second sight?
I had a dream about it. It's a different story. But anyways, I would say that the critics gave this movie a 76 and the audience gave it an 80. It's one of
76 and
dreams.
80.
Kind of like
Mel, bring us home. What do you remember?
I was more focused on like what happened like to them after they got off the plane or they dodged the plane. And the scene that probably stuck out to me the most is the one where the house is on fire and he thinks he got away and he goes down the fire escape and then it like like you know it's coming but you're like no 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 and then poof right through the eye and it's like that it's just one of those like damn
right.
like
Oh,
you know
snap!
it's kind of like when you're versing someone on the stream and it's like you thought you had it not enough
Not enough.
Yeet.
Got yeeted off.
yeah right but I'm gonna say that the critics weren't as graceful as the audience. I'm gonna say because of the eye candy and the characters in there that maybe the audience did better, but I'm gonna say that the critics gave it a 75 and I'm gonna say that the audience gave it 89.
The critics gave Final Destination a 39.
Haters. They must be terrified.
The audience gave it a 68. Vampy's on the board. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cinema Score, a show where we talk about movies. I am your boy, and what we do is we figure out what the internet critics and the internet audience scored these movies on a scale of 0 to 100. Stick around, though, because in 15 minutes, we're going to get to our rapid fire round. We're going to stop talking about the movies, and we're going to start scoring. If you'd like to be on my show, hit my 1 5 mentions, got a money J and Vampy.
Boom. Let's go. All right. So many choose from. All right. We're going with the first Halloween, 1978.
You say somebody choose for me, and then go, all right, Halloween.
Wait, not too much. I
All
don't
right,
know.
somebody choose for me. Nah, never mind. Halloween, I got this.
1978.
All right, Vampy, why Halloween?
Who doesn't love some good old Michael Myers, the OG here? Well, I would say he's an OG, but he's been around for a long time as well. And a lot of people seem to love the feel of Halloween. Like they even had like a whole marathon of Halloween this year on AMC, which I spent all day been watching all the Halloween movies. I never get tired of Halloween, and I love Michael Myers. Maybe my favorite part about Halloween is like we have Laurie Strode, aka Jamie Lee Curtis, who's I would say she's a scream queen, okay, because she been trying to play her brother for years and on and so on, which is crazy. And also too like the whole iconic scene of him whenever she goes get the needle out of the pincushion, and then she gives it up like this, and then he comes up behind you see in the back that he rises up like the Undertaker low key. And scared, and she started screaming, and but anyways, nothing wrong with that because I could talk about this movie all day if I wanted to. Okay, so I'm gonna say the critics gave this movie I'm gonna say 70, and the audience gave it like a 85.
70 and 85. Melba, what do you remember?
That was you.
Honestly, I mean, it's an iconic movie, right? The whole babysitter, someone who grew up in that era
Right.
babysitting. It's just like, whoa, like I'm not kidding. Like I would always like babysit at these really nice houses. Like we're just gonna stay down here, closest to the door. And so that being said, and then honestly, even though it's more into part 2, like the end of part 1 in the hospital, like there is something really creepy to me about like the hospital. Like to
Yeah.
this day when I'm there, like I have to have all the lights on because it was just like, why is this hospital empty? Like what? I don't care what kind of small town this is. And like, and like, how is this man catching up? He's walking. Like, get it together.
I don't say it either.
But
I
I just,
mean, but listen, Michael Myers is the epitome of slow and steady wins the race.
yes, okay.
Literally, he said, "I'll catch up with him."
But
Makes
a
me
man
laugh.
don't love you. That man stalked that girl for like 20 years later. Okay, if he don't do,
He's
He's
like,
a
I'm gonna fly
fucking
across the country. He's like, bet I'm gonna walk there.
What I was thinking of walk there actually, just thinking about it.
I'm gonna. I mean, this is an iconic movie. Like, and it's so weird because what I do love about the thriller of it is literally the anxiety and the musical, like, like it was an amazing soundtrack, right? That one tune is what epically made it scary because there's really not much script in there. It's literally like just the highlights that you know of his character, the music, and then like the suspense of like didn't.
John
You're
Carpenter's
just like
dope.
terrified, right? So like I loved it. Okay, so that being said, I'm gonna say the critics gave it a 98, and I'm gonna flip that around and say the critics gave it an 89. So the critics gave it a 98 and the audience gave it an 89.
All right, Jamie, bring us home.
Oh, I mean, it's the babysitting scene for me. Like all the kids just being like oblivious, but
Wow.
yeah, just whatever. But I'm kind of with Mel here that the critics gave it a high score. I'm gonna go 90. What'd you say, Mel?
I said 98 and 89.
I'm gonna go 95, and the audience at 92.
Like,
Y'all got me doing math.
he hates math. He hates that sort of show. Probably.
Y'all got me doing math.
He's sweating. He just sweat all the math out.
Just
Like,
as long as the math
I
is
gotta make
accurate.
sure the numbers are right here, because the audience gave this movie. I mean, the critics gave this movie a 91, but the audience gave it an 84, tying with 12 points each are Jamie and Mel, so they both get a point. So that's why I said math, because the numbers were so close. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a tie. I can already tell. And with that being said, Jamie did pick the last one, so we're gonna go. Mel, you get to pick this one.
Okay, so this was filmed in my hometown, and so I'm gonna say the proper name of the film, Chucky, Child's Play, the original.
Yes. Love you some Child's Play.
Yes, whose real name, by the way, if you guys ever get into some horror trivia, is Charles Lee Ray, which was based on a semi-fake Hillside Strangler, which was kind of real to an extent, but they kind of played with it with the whole voodoo doll. There was no doll involved. But I do like people that are fans of horror movies. There's a little trivia for you. And it was filmed in Chicago. It was amazing. The whole thing of like being a kid. I was the same age as Andy when that movie came out. To just being like in this whole, I had a My Buddy and my doll, which was the closest to that doll. And then like, why did I think I was so cool? Thinking like, I had the real Chucky doll. No, you didn't. That was the My Buddy. But I love that movie. Okay, the elevator scene when they're like, "What an ugly doll," and he's like, "Fuck, f you," and it did not get the love that it deserved, though. It did not get the love that it deserved, and I'm gonna say 69 across.
Nice.
Let's see. It's been a really long time since I've seen that movie. Really, really long time. I remember it, but vaguely. Not my like way up there favorites because again, it's a doll, and dolls creep me out anyway. That's why I've only seen Annabelle once, and But I'm gonna say that the critics gave it 81 and the audience gave it a 75.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember?
So what I remember from Child's Play, like with the Tom, the kid has a babysitter. She get pushed out the window by Chucky. It's kind of messed up the way he
With
did
the
that.
hammers, yeah. Oh my
The
god.
hammer, they doink, literally. I could see this one. I could see it have a little doink on the side of it, doink. Also, we had Chris Sarandon, who also was the Jack Skeleton in Nightmare Before Christmas, and also was the Vampire in Fright Night. If y'all haven't seen that movie, y'all should watch it. Chris Sarandon, who plays the cop as well in the movie, who was like him and Chucky in a car scene. Chucky was stabbing him, and he was like, and then while he's driving, so he looked over. Which was kind of, I don't know why, but I thought it was kind of funny to me
Yeah.
with that scene with the whole stabbing and trying to dodge the knife. And then also to like the whole thing with what's his name? The guy who the Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
Yes, him also possessing a doll and stuff like that too. To get his soul inside of Chucky, which is pretty interesting as well too. So I'm gonna say the critics gave this movie I'm gonna say 75, and the audience gave it an 80. Such a good movie though. I remember having me a Child's Play doll when I was younger. I threw it.
Here's how it works. It's a doll. It's made of plastic. It weighs what? Maybe
Can
2
you imagine
pounds.
how embarrassing it was for the one who played the mom, like fighting with this doll by the fireplace? And you're like,
Like, just throw it in the fireplace.
I'm embarrassed too.
Like, what are we doing?
let's be honest though, if you saw some like doll coming at you, like the shock would scare you. Like, oh my god.
It's a doll. It's a hollow plastic doll. Kick that thing as hard as
But
you
some of
can.
these dolls are solid, okay? For someone that collected
Yeah.
American Girl dolls, okay?
Not one of these most popular kids dolls that are mass produced though. Like she bought that at Kmart at a blue light special. Like don't even act like she didn't.
Like Tarjay is expensive, and Kmart was the Tarjay.
Exactly. That's a Kmart doll. Look at the doll. It's a Kmart doll.
Anybody want to point out that she worked at the original Marshall Fields for the original Chicago people up in here? And that was an iconic scene, the original Chicago, like Marshall Fields.
She could have gone to FAO Schwartz and got a really good doll, but no, she's cheap as
She
hell,
couldn't
so I don't want to
afford
hear it.
that. She went
She
in
could
the
have gone to
alley,
FAO
okay?
Schwartz, but
She
no,
went in
here
the
we are
alley.
buying possessed dolls.
She got it in the alley on her work.
critics- Gave this movie a 58. The audience gave it a 74. Mel with the point.
Maybe hating on his dad.
I think we've got time for one more movie.
Okay. Has everyone seen The Children of the Corn?
Yes, Stephen King, right?
Have you seen it? Okay, so I'm sorry. That is one of the first horror movies that I saw. So I'm a big bookworm. I'm a big Stephen King fan, and it's a short story. And you're thinking, like, how much movie can they come out of this short story?
Yeah.
That was one of the scariest movies to me. Like, even now in my 40s, I still get like creeped out being around cornfields. And the whole He Who Walks Behind the Rose and Isaac and like this, like these children, and the like, it almost makes you like it just makes you question everything. Kirstie Alley's, people don't know, like that was one of her first iconic scenes in that movie.
Mhm.
And I don't know, and the whole scene at the diner where they come and attack all the adults after church, and the hand inside the what do you call it, the garbage disposal. Oh my god, that was just like no. And so, but
Wait, what
yeah,
movie did we pick?
Children of the Corn, the
Children of the
original.
Corn.
That's what I thought. That's what I was making sure.
Yeah, so Children of the Corn. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that diner scene for sure was crazy. Again, I don't think anybody knew what it was. I think they just saw cornfields and everything. So I'm gonna say the critics gave it a 35, and I'm gonna say the critics gave it a. I'll give it my age, 42.
You mean the audience?
Yeah, the audience.
So what was it? 42 and what?
A 35 and a 42.
All right. Jamie, what do you remember?
Well, I'm still terrified to go near the cornfields, and I literally where I work, they're surrounding me, and I actually had to go and pick corn this year, and I'm like, all by myself. I'm like, oh no, I don't wanna. So I mean, just that it still
Just,
stayed.
just
It
that.
stays. Just that it just stays like because I swear you can hear you can hear the whispers that you always heard in the movie, and I'm like, stop. But again, like that was what year was that? 70s?
It was in the 80s.
84.
84. Okay. So I'm gonna say that was the critics gave it a 59 and the audience a 75.
All right, Vampy, what do you remember?
Children of the Corn. What I remember from Children of the Corn is like, in a way, like I don't know, it gave me a feel of the Little Rascal with the horror version of Little Rascals, low key. How bad these kids were
Little
going
rascals.
to cursing adults. Like, what? Who ever thought of that? Coming out of cornfields on all things. Y'all should be worried about Jimmy Creepers coming out of that cornfield, which I feel like if they would have made some connections with Jeepers Creepers and Children of the Corn, that might would have worked. Who knows, right? Because it was kind of interesting how like how they were like all over the place and torturing adults and
Yeah.
sacrificing each other. Like, really? Sacrificing at this little age? What kids do that? Okay. So I would say the critics gave this movie a 76 and the audience gave it a 85. Oh, little bad little things.
Terrible kid.
That's just terrible. The Good Son, that's a horror movie. Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
critics gave this movie a 45. The audience gave it a 53. Mel with another point. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to the rapid fire round of Cinema Score. I am your host, your boy. What we do on the show is we talk about movies we share with the internet critics and the internet audience score these movies on a scale of 0 to 100. If you'd like to be on the show, hit up my wonderful Evans, somebody J and Vampy. All right, I guess I'm taking the reins here. The fact that none of you said The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That was on my list too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lish Smish. All right, well, you start now. Nightmare Before Christmas. What do you got for us?
We were supposed to score it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that the critics gave it a 95 and the audience gave it a 92.
All right, Jimmy.
I'm gonna say that the critics gave it an 80 and the audience gave it an 89.
Vampy.
I was at 97, 95.
The critics gave this movie an 82. The audience gave it an 84. Jamie with the point. All right, I gotta keep it all. How about we go with I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Ooh.
A classic, right?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, computer's being an ass. Please hold.
Language.
Hold on. I can say ass.
Still cuss word.
I'm talking about a donkey.
Still featured.
El burro. The curro de burro. All right, Jamie, I know what you did last summer.
I'm gonna say the critics gave it an 80 and the audience gave it a 95.
I'm gonna say 72, 83.
And Mel?
I'm going to say 79 and 89.
The critics gave this a 52. The audience gave it a 63. Vampy with the score. All right, next one here. Let's go with. Yeah, Friday the 13th.
All right. I'm gonna say 65, 72.
65.
I'm going to say 69 across.
Nice.
I'm gonna go 85, 90.
Do-do-do-do.
You
Where is this movie? Oh my
lost it.
God, there's so many. This was such a terrible idea.
Just look at the first Friday 13th.
It's the first one's a video game.
That's a video game. It's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that Gil?
Yes.
Owie.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
That's a close one.
Oh, math.
You left math.
Math.
It's like, doo-doo-doo.
I know. Oh my God, it was 1 point, okay? Because the critics gave this a 22, and the audience gave it a 64. And Vampy and Mel were so close. Vampy won by 1 point.
That was so creepy.
All right, let's see here. Let's go with what's a good spooky movie? Nobody said Hocus Pocus.
Okay, yeah, the original, because you
Wait,
did
you
part
said
two.
creepy earlier. Okay, original one. I'm gonna say 82, 78.
I'm going to say 42, 72.
Oh, this I'm just kidding.
70, 80.
The critics gave it a 43. The audience gave it a 71. Melbo with the point. All right, next one. Let's go with. Oh, I know. Eddie Murphy's The Haunted House.
The Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
That is rude. That was disrespectful.
That's
It's your
on you,
turn.
Mel.
Oh, I'm sorry. 69 across.
Nice.
I'm gonna go 75, 80.
I'm gonna say 71, 84. She took my 75. How dare you?
Bless your hearts. The critics gave this movie a 14%.
I know not.
What?
The audience gave it a 31%. Just by not sucking the most, Mel got it.
How disrespectful.
All right, let's go with what's a movie that always freaked me out growing up as a kid that they always play at Halloween. Oh
Leprechaun.
no, screw that. Let's go Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Who you gonna call?
right.
Ghostbusters. Talking about the original, right?
Yeah.
Correct, Mundo.
Mm, I'm gonna say 79 and 85. I mean, it had a lot of like it had an iconic actors. So I'm gonna say maybe the critics were graceful for that. So
All right. Jamie?
95 across.
77, 81.
Just so we're clear, you said, Mel, you said 79, 85, and then we got
yes,
95, 95 for Jamie, and 79, 81 for Bambi, correct?
yes.
Nah. The critics gave this movie a 95%. The audience gave it an 88%. Jamie with the point. We got time for a couple more here. Let's go. What's a good Halloween movie? Let's go with Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I love that movie. I'm gonna go 40, 60.
I'm gonna
All right.
say.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
No. Just no.
I'm gonna say 57, 63.
I'm gonna say 59, 50, 59, 50.
That's when somebody's, oh my God, stop doing it. Stop being lame.
You good there, your boy?
Stop it. Stop it.
This week.
Okay, what were your numbers?
59, 50.
59, 50. God, I love it when my computer decides it doesn't want to do its thing anymore. It's like, I don't want to do computer stuff anymore. It's like, the hell you don't. Okay,
He hates doing this work.
there's so much math. Yeah, those numbers right. The critics gave this a 49. The audience gave it a 70. Vampy with the point. Don't call it a comeback. Let's go with let's go Scream 2.
Okay. I'm gonna say 79, 82.
I'm gonna say 83, 60.
I'm gonna go 45, 65. Sorry, I can't do 60.
Oh, we're doing critics first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Why y'all making me mad so much?
It's not like we had a calculator in our heads. We're just saying numbers here.
Side quest queen, hello.
Guess what, Vampy? You lost by 1 point. The audience gave it a 62. The critics gave it a 62. The audience gave it a 73. You lost by 1 point to Jamie. Let's go with what's like a more recent fun Halloween movie? What's that one with that weird clown that everybody
It?
loves? No, the other one.
Terrifier?
Where?
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't get to see that one, but yeah, I mean, I guess.
Nope. We will switch it up. We will go with it.
The original?
No, it was it. It Follows. The 2015 one.
The one
Oh,
with the
you the regular one, the
Either-
newer one, the newer one.
people?
Yeah,
Okay.
the new It.
I'm gonna say the critics gave it a 57, and the audience gave it an 80.
I'm gonna say 54-62.
I'm gonna say 69 across the board.
Nice. She's got a plan and she's sticking to it.
It's 69 across the board for me. It's like a guarantee win for her. Literally. A lot.
Well,
Almost.
seeing that the critics gave it a 69 and the audience gave it a 78, that's a pretty good play right there. Oh boy. All right, this is it. At this point right now, Vampy, you're still in it. But Mel and Jamie are tied. If one of them gets the next one, they win. If Vampy can get 3 in a row, she wins.
Not happening. Let's go.
The movie that I am going to choose is Monster House. Do
The
we
cartoon?
all remember Monster House?
Yes.
The cartoon? Okay.
The animation.
I'm gonna say 63 and 75.
All right.
Gonna say 58 and 70.
58 and 70.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Is
60.
Vampy gonna pull a good old fashioned Prices right here?
I know. All right. I'm gonna say 68, 73.
The critics gave this movie a 68. The audience gave it a 72. Vampy almost nailed it. That's one. That's one.
Don't have you got too
All
much.
right, let's see here. Let's go with. Has everyone seen the movie Fright Night?
Frightening.
Not in forever, like when I was a kid. Not enough to remember it.
There's a
Okay,
new
that's
one
fine.
too.
That's fine. That's fine.
I
That's
haven't
That
seen
was
it
a
too.
stretch. That one was a stretch. That one was a stretch. Let's go chat. Give Halloween Town. Love it.
Halloween Town. All right. I would say the critics gave it I'm gonna say 84, and the audience gave it a 90.
I'm gonna say 83, 73.
I'm gonna go 75, 85.
Critics gave it an 83. The audience gave it a 72, making our winner for this evening, Mel.
Go.
Sorry. This is nothing personal.
That being
I
said,
told everyone.
Vampy, let us know what you got going on.
Well, and after this show, well, in the next hour, I have my own feature show called Baby Molly Madness. If you like some music, come by and watch the show. We have 3 amazing contestants on tonight's show. So excited to have them on. Also, pretty much you can catch me admin for shows, admin for this show, admin for a few other shows. I also know some admins for other shows. So you want to get with those shows, please hit me up and I get you connected with them. And other than that, I think I'll have an auction in the end of December, so in the middle of December. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well.
Awesome, awesome. And with that being said, Jamie, what do you have going on?
Every Monday, normally at 7:30 Eastern, I have Once Upon a Quizney. It's a Disney trivia show. And on Sundays, I admin for Jumanji. And then I have my very first Battle Royale coming up the 6th through the 9th. So, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
Everybody be on the lookout for that. We got that coming up there. And last but not least, El Campeon.